Welcome to the Steve Westerson Show, where we're going to talk about monster trucks and rock crawling. So, if you enjoy rock crawling and monster trucks, this is going to be the show for you today. Well, I'll tell you the truth, I like rock crawling, and I like monster trucks. Monster trucks are real loud, so you might want to wear earplugs when you go. But, monster trucks, I like to. If you like the Gold Digger, that's my personal favorite. He's a pretty badass truck driver. Going forwards with this, we're going to talk about how the excitement or adrenaline rush you would get if, say, you was in a monster truck. I've never been in one personally, but I'm sure that it would be a lot of adrenaline, jumping over all them high hills and all them big wheels and all that. But we're going to talk about how they jumping over and how they don't never ever really make a tire go off the wheel, and maybe it's because they're bead locked or what. But I see a lot of them snap axles and do all kinds of flipping over tricks and stuff, but you realize that they do it all safely. But the biggest story of the day is what they have in common. They all have you have to build it from the ground up, more than likely, unless you can got a lot of money and you can build it. You can have somebody else build it for you. But it all consists of building from the ground up and big tires. If you notice, monster trucks, rock crawlers all have the same in common. They have big tires, they have roll cages, and they like to jump over stuff or go up stuff fast. Me personally, I've had the experience of being in a rock crawler, and I have got to, and that is one heck of a rush. I enjoyed every minute of it. I got to climb really steep hills, rocks, and it was just extraordinary. You'd never think that you could actually build something that would just crawl over stuff with little to no problems. Now, I mean, you get the rocks or the bigger rocks, it's like that, real steep. You're gonna slip, slide, you're gonna spin, but a lot of times I've noticed going rock crawling, you don't have a whole lot of difficulty in that vehicle, which is very awesome. And I find it I found myself watching more and more rock crawling videos since I went rock crawling, and I like the bouncers too. The bouncers are amazing. They go from anywhere from 500 horsepower all the way up to 15 to 1600 horsepower, and all they do is just romp it, and they're super loud too, so you might want some earplugs for them too, because the majority of them is very loud. But they extremely go up very steep hills, rocks, just going as fast as they possibly can, and that is like the most extraordinary thing I've ever seen in my life. I never really got interested in it until I went myself, and it was a great experience. And I would encourage anybody, if you know somebody that's got a rock crawler, go at least one time in your life, because I'll tell you right now, it is going to be extraordinary. You're going to love it. It's loud, it's fun, You get to hang out. You get to meet new people. They sell shirts at some of the places that you go rock crawling. They sell stickers. You know, they do raffles. It's extraordinary. I mean, it really amazes you on all the stuff that people will come up to design with. I mean, a buddy of mine, he's got a Jeep Comanche. That thing is it's a beast. I really enjoyed riding in it and getting to actually drive it. That made me feel really good. And just some of the stuff that actually shows up there, like one guy had an old style Bronco. That thing it looked good. I mean, but the most important thing when you're rock crawling is you always want to be safe. So you always want to wear a 5-point harness and just try to have as much fun but be as safe as possible as you can be. Usually when they flip over or whatever, you got a roll cage to save. It'll save you quite a bit. I mean, it's dangerous and an expensive hobby, but it is awesome. I would encourage it to anybody that wants to get that rush in their life and actually get to enjoy this great bonding time with your spouse. If you got a spouse that's interested in it too, or heck, if your spouse ain't interested in it and goes one time, she might actually change her mind. It's great. I mean, it's good bonding time for family. It's good time for friends and family. It's just awesome. If anytime you get a chance to go to a monster truck show or rally, I would encourage it. It's amazing. You even get a little adrenaline rush from just watching them jump over buses and cars and hills and sliding through a little bit of mud. It's just awesome to watch big vehicles that you would have never imagined that anybody could ever come up with. I just would love to shake the hand of the person who come up with monster trucks and rock crawling, because it's an amazing experience. It was a great invention, very expensive, but it's just a grand thing to do. It's very fun, very pretty much family friendly. I mean, you get a couple wild-haired people. You always got a bad apple on the tree, but it's just fun. I mean, it's absolutely fun. So I would encourage it. If you ever get a chance, go rock crawling. And I think that if you have any questions about how they don't pop tires or anything like that, or push them off the rim, or how they just fix them, the tires right there on the trail, I'll go ahead and tell you they're bead locked, which means they take the wheel and the tire. They set the tire on the back side of it. They pop it on, and then they take and put a big old piece of steel over the front and put a bunch of bolts through it, and it actually pushes the bead of the tire against the wheel, and you put air in it and hear it pop. Once it pops, it seals, and that's how they bead lock, and that's how the wheel does not ever affect, or the tire never comes off the wheel majority of the time. I shouldn't say never, because you never say never, because it can happen still yet, even with the bead lock, but it's a slimmer chance. And if you wonder how much, kind of like, why they look a little flatter, the wheels look flatter, well, the reason the wheels look flatter is because they usually run anywhere from 4 to 6, maybe even 8 pounds of pressure in the tires. It's hard to believe. I mean, if you try to run that in your car tire, it's going to be flat. But the tires are designed. They're really stout. They're real tough, and they're really thick. So you can run them with low amounts of pressure, and that's why a lot of times rock crawlers, they use anywhere from 4 to 8 pounds of pressure in each tire. Some of them run 2 in the front, 4 in the back. Some of them run 4 in the front, 6 in the back. If you notice, when they go over rocks, they kind of flatten down the tire, flattens down a little bit, and that gives them better grip to the rock. And I think even maybe monster trucks may even use around the same priority. They may pump the tires up a little bit more. I'm not really sure about how much pressure they keep in theirs, but in similarity, that's just similarities in rock crawling and monster truck. So if you ever had any doubt or any question about that, I hope and pray to God that this helped you out and kind of gave you a little more info on how rock crawlers and monster trucks are the same. And that'll be the end for my show today.